truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I copy chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time named, I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. I'm a hot girl yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Fuck the back day yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Tua to throw right away. Now a run here off the RPO, and he'll keep it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Tua going to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the 49ers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Third down and 13.
Now third and 13.
Purdy looking to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
To the 43, second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Purdy going to give it to Garendo. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Isaac Garendo, 56 yards. And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your...
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 76 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2.
Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point.
2 are going to try and throw for it. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. The defense stands tall, and they're going to hold on to their 8-6 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
35-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now Purdy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that That's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Guerrero on 1st down. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Purdy now to throw. This one caught by Kittle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. Line around, up. Up.
A handoff running right, Guerrero. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Officer. 118. What's up? Stop.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
118. Up.
Shotgun now with Purdy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This is 2nd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over in that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Tua. He'll try and do this himself. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and the 1st down.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
The kick by Sanders is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to raise that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
33-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Get set, get set.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Get set, get set.
Purdy. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
10 of the 24-yard line.
But somebody gotta do it. Come on, put up on the gas. But
couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Think he's got some unfinished business after taking that all the way down to the 1?
There's no doubt in his mind that he has unfinished business. How upset would he be, even though he won't show it, if the play call comes in, quarterback keeper, bootleg, maybe someone else carrying the football. And
he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brian Robinson Jr. punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point.
Purdy will throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just letting our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Miami.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, long. Ready.
Looking to pass. Tua. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
But it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. A quick throw, but incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or two short. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Another run on 2nd down. Trying to cover up. Down the right sideline. Christian McCaffrey. And he's across for a touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to it and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Dolphins 9.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. He's got it complete to Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Now Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Tua. He'll try and do this himself. And it is caught. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
Tagovailoa. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Tua. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Tua to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's first down.
Ready.
Here's Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
Another try from the 14 on 2nd and 10.
He's right, snub. 44. Out.
Tua. Now he's going to step up and run. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
All right, come on.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.
Put in that blender, hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember, trying to copy what